folks, so today I decided to do a makeup tutorial using the Aura Out palette from Colourpop's new tie-dye collection. So if you're interested in recreating this look, just keep watching. So today I'm going to start out with my NYX Bear With Me Jelly Primer. I've used this once before and it was not my favorite because it was super sticky, but since it is fungal acne safe, I wanted to try it out again and see how I like it under a different foundation. With primers, I always try to focus them kind of underneath the eyes and around the nose, on the chin and the forehead. I do put a little bit on the sides of my cheeks, but I don't find that that's too important most of the time. My face has been super sensitive lately, so that's why my skin is turning red, even though I'm barely touching my face. Most people don't put the primers on their eyelids because they think that they're gonna put eyelid primer on later, but I feel like it adds like an extra layer of protection. It makes things blend a little easier. As always, I'm going to be using my Revlon Candid concealer. I hope I'm able to find a new foundation soon, because even though I like this one, I know it probably gets boring seeing me apply the same type of foundation over and over again, unless it is over a different primer, which is why I'm showing you today. So far I like how this is applying over this primer, because even though it's a matte concealer, it looks sort of dewy over this primer, which is usually really hard to achieve if you have fungal acne, because most dewy products have oils or other things that make them not fungal acne safe. So I definitely like how this is applying this time compared to whatever foundation I used last time when I tried this. I definitely think this is much better. Similar to my foundation, I haven't found an alternative brow product that's fungal acne safe and that matches my hair and that I like. So I'm gonna go in with my Loreal Brow Stylist Frame and Set and do my brows off camera. For eyeshadow primer today, I'm go into my J-Cat All About That Base shadow primer. Although this isn't as light as I usually like my eyeshadow primers to be, I really like how sticky it is because I feel like it holds the shadow really well. I feel like it also helps with how dry my eyelids have been lately, because my other eyeshadow primers seem to be really drying, but this seems to help with that, so it's not as noticeable that my eyes are super dry. I also put eye cream on today, a new eye cream I'm trying, hopefully to help with that extra dryness and sensitivity I've been having lately. I hope the makeup lays over it nicely. We'll see. Now for our eyes, I'm gonna go into the Aura Out palette and dip into Your Vision, which is a soft pastel yellow. It has a little bit of glitter on it, but if you just do that, it'll keep the color on your brush but get rid of the sparkle. I personally don't care because glitter is awesome. I'm gonna run this just above the crease because of how light it is and the fact that I'm not using a white eyeshadow base. It's not gonna be very bright and pigmented like it is in the pan, but I just wanna lay that yellow down as a starting color. Don't get me wrong, you can definitely still see this shade, it's just not as bright and pigmented as it is in the pan, but I'm sure if you used a white sticky base, it would show up much better. I am noticing that if I pack it on there a little bit more, that it actually is starting to show up. Now for my outer corner and outer crease, I'm going to go into Solar Hour here. And with this, we're going to place this on the outer corner and kind of wing it out a little bit and then bring it in on the inner half of the crease. With this, I'm not sure if it's my fault or the shadow's fault, but I am getting a lot of fallout here. So with a big fluffy brush, I'm just gonna brush that away. I'm not too concerned about it though, because I still am gonna put concealer on and highlighter and stuff that will cover that. Let me see if I don't pick up as much if it has less fallout. I am thinking this might be the shadow's fault because it also has a lot of kickback in the pan, but it is a really pretty shade, so it doesn't really bother me. But I know that bothers some people. I'm gonna go back in with Your Vision and re-intensify that color. just to blend out the Solar Hour shade. Now I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the shade that I forgot the name of already, even though I just looked at it. I'm gonna go and dip into Fresh Cut, which is a nice light grass green. I am going in with more of a thick packer brush, and I'm gonna focus this on the inner half of the crease only. Oh yeah, that's a really nice spring green. It is showing up more neon yellow on camera than it actually is. This also has a lot of fallout. God, my lord. But I think that's my fault. I got too much on the brush. I'm gonna go ahead and do this on this side now, but try to pick up less on my brush at a time and see if that helps. Yeah, that definitely is helping with fallout, so I think this one is more my fault that I picked up too much initially. I'm gonna go back into Solar Hour and re-intensify that color and mesh those two together. I'm then going to do that same thing and go back into the Eurovision shade and buff this on top of those other two colors just to blend them together. Now with a flat brush, I'm going to go into this sparkly Healing Heart shade, and I'll spritz that with my LA Girl Pro Setting Spray. I'm going to do what I normally do and shape out that inner corner. One thing I have noticed with this tie-dye collection is that the shimmer shades don't seem to be as silky and buttery and shiny as they normally are. I'm not sure if that's because I'm using a different setting spray than I used to. It's harder to create shiny pastel shades, but this is super patchy and not creamy like they normally are. The Colourpop metallics are usually my favorite metallic shadows, but I feel like they've just been, in this collection, just kind of chunky. Like you can't really tell when you're far away, but when you're up close you can. Now above that shiny shade, I'm gonna go back into Fresh Cut here and just re-intensify and re-mattify my crease. Before I finish up the eyes, I'm gonna go into my Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Concealer and clean up that under eye where all that fallout happened. Because I am going to be going in with a glitter, I'm going to set my under eyes with my Becca Hydra Mist powder. Oh well. Now to spice up this look, I'm going to go into the Colourpop Glitterly Obsessed Glitter Gel in Glam Rock, which was also part of this collection. I'm going to go in with a really small flat brush and pick up a little bit of this and tap this over where I put the green. Remember with these, because it is a glitter, you want to be very careful if you put this on your eyes. It's technically not intended to be put on the eyes, so if you do this, make sure you use it at your own risk and be very careful. Also remember with these glitters, you want to make sure you don't swipe because it'll take the color off underneath. You mainly want to just do patting motions. I think this fits really well because it has a sort of gold, yellow, green shift to it. I'm going to try to put a particle of glitter right on top of this hole here where the other shadow wasn't sticking. Just cover your problems with glitter, folks. That's all you have to do. Now underneath my eyes, I'm going to go back into Solar Hour. I'm going to run this underneath the lower lash line. With that same brush, I'm going to go into Healing Heart, and this time I'm not going to spray it. And I'm just going to put that on the inner half of the eye. Today I'm going to be going a little bit out of order because I'm doing a review on a product. I'm making a separate video about that. So for now, I'm going to go into my NYX On The Rise mascara. One thing that is annoying about this glitter is that it always gets stuck on my eyelashes, and then when I put mascara on, it gets stuck in the brush. So now that I applied my blush off camera, I'm going to go into my NYX Born to Glow Loose Highlighter in Eternal Glow. With this, I found that it's easier to take it out of the cap than the actual container because it kind of exploded in here. So for lips today, I'm going to do something more neutral. I'm going to go into the Rimmel London Stay Matte Liquid Lip Color in Pink Bliss. I really like this. I usually don't like matte lips, but I find that these are very silky and very comfortable. I also really like this color because it's one of those Your Lips But Better colors where it's basically the same color as my lips, just more pigmented. I recently posted the video for the In a Trance palette that I did, and I definitely want to say that I like this one better, both the color story and just how the pigments performed. Although I think all three palettes are beautiful, if you were going to pick up just one, I would definitely recommend this one. I think it just has the prettiest color story of the three, and it's just the most unique.